imply a rather cautious approach on behalf of market participants as they correct lower over the past 2 days. Today we are going to have a look at the fundamentals by analyzing the release of the US November CPI rates later in today's American session and the China worries of the market, yet we get more specific as we have also a look at Google's new quantum chip. For a rounder view, we are going to conclude the report with a technical analysis of S&P 500's daily chart. We make a start with US financial releases by noting the release of the US inflation report, as the combined employment and inflation info for November could provide a deeper insight regarding the Fed's intentions in its upcoming meeting next week. Please note that for the time being, the headline CPI rate is expected to tick up and the core rate to remain unchanged at relatively high levels, both on a year-on-year level. Should the actual rates meet their respective forecasts, we may see the Fed's stance turning more hawkish, given also the strong US employment report for the same month. Should we see the US CPI rates showing a persistence or even an acceleration of inflationary pressures in the US economy, we may see the release weighing on US stock markets and vice versa. On an ongoing and a deeper fundamental level, market worries for Trump's intentions about imposing tariffs on US imports once inaugurated. Also, China tends to show little signs of a confident economic recovery despite the fiscal and monetary policy provided. Furthermore, it is worth noting that China has initiated an antitrust investigation into NVIDIA. According to the Financial Times, the probe was launched over suspected violations of the country's anti-monopoly laws. As long as market worries for the issues tend to be enhanced, we may see them having a continuous bearish effect on NVIDIA's share price, while should they ease, it could support it. Google's share price jumped around 5% yesterday as the company unveiled its new generation chip Willow. Willow is a leap forward in quantum computer, with Google stating that Willow performed a standard benchmark computation in under 5 minutes that would take one of today's fastest supercomputers 10 septillion years. The announcement appears to have already aided the company's stock price, and we would not be surprised if it continues to do so. On the other hand, it would take years for the full potential of the chip to develop and possibly billions for the technology to be produced en masse, yet Google seems to have the edge right now. Given also the market's frenzy for the potentials of AI and the breakthrough as presented by Google, we may see the support for Google's share price being enhanced on a fundamental level. For a rounder view, we have a look at the S&P 500. Since our last report, the index's price action initially rose, forming new record highs, yet corrected lower later on, reapproaching the 6,030 support line. We tend to maintain our bullish outlook for the index as the upwards trend line guiding the index since the 8th of August remains intact. Also, the 20 moving averages, which are also the median of the Bollinger Bands, continue to support the price action upwards motion, also supporting a bullish outlook. The RSI indicator, despite correcting lower, remains above the reading of 50, implying the presence of a bullish predisposition among market participants. Should the bulls maintain control over the index's direction, we set the next possible target for the bulls at the 6,250 resistance line. Should the bears take over, we may see the index breaking the 6,250 support line, continue to break also the pre-mentioned upwards trend line in a first signal that the upwards motion has been interrupted, and then reach, if not breach, the 5,890 support level. Those were the top financial stories for this hour. From all of us here at Iron